It's okay. Now this it. Yeah, okay. Okay. So yeah. First, we will read the contents of page 19 and 20 and conduct the lesson in a G&A Q&A format. And first, yeah, the democratic difference to page number 19. Yeah, yeah. Democratic difference. Besides its great flexibility, knowledge has other important characteristics that make it fundamentally different from lesser sources of power in tomorrow's world. Yeah, and yeah, by three paragraph. Read it. Continue. Yeah. This force, for all practical concerns, is finite. Mm. There is a limit to how much force can we employ before we can destroy what we wish to capture or defend. Mm-hmm. It is true for wealth. Money can avoid everything. At some point, even if that is flawless, empties out. Mm-hmm. By contrast, knowledge does not. We can always generate more. Yeah, okay. So thank you. The what makes knowledge fundamentally different from other sources of power in the world of the future? So other power sources, yeah, will eventually run out or it can't do anything. But knowledge can do basically everything, and we can always generate more of it. That's right. Yeah. Do you agree? Yeah. Unlike that's right. Yeah. Traditional sources of power, such as force or wealth, knowledge possesses the exceptional flexibility and a set of unique that make it far more adaptable and in theory in the modern world, right? These characteristics allow knowledge to shape how to power operates, especially in a rapidly changing global environment. Mhm. Its influence is not, yeah, fixed or finite, and its application can be constantly adjusted and expanded, making it a fundamentally different kind of source. Yeah, in the emerging information-based society. Okay. And the second question is why are force and wealth considered to be limited sources of power, especially in practical terms? So, yeah, for wealth, yep, you have to have some kind of money to like use a source of power called wealth. But the money disappears as like you use it, so it will eventually empty out. Great. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And for force, first, there's a limit to how much force can be employed before we can destroy what we wish to capture or defend. That's right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So, for example, wealth, while powerful, are ultimately constrained in their use. Yeah, when force is applied excessively, it can destroy the very objective. Yeah, one wishes to achieve, right? Such as capturing or defending something. So similarly, wealth, although influential, cannot purchase everything, and financial resources eventually diminish to no matter how great they are. Yeah, these limitations highlight the inherent fitnesses of both physical power and then the material assets, constraining them, the seemingly limitless nature of knowledge. Yeah. Okay. Um, how does the nature of knowledge make it more sustainable or expandable compared to force or wealth? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right. Can you explain more the details about that recently the phenomenon about that, for example? Yeah, okay. Anyway, so yeah, knowledge differs significantly in that it's not subject, yeah, to the same kind of depletion. Yeah, it's potentially infinite and can always be developed further. The text draws a comparison to the Jones paradox, you know that? Suggesting that although we may never attain absolute or complete knowledge, we can always advance closer to it. Yeah, improving our understanding of any phenomenon. Yeah, the infinite potential make knowledge a more sustainable and progressive form of power than any material resources. Yeah. Okay. Hey, what are you doing? You look like you're so busy. Huh? You okay? Okay, and then move to next paragraph. Four. Yeah, Zeno. Mm, mm, mhm. Mm. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Here is the Zeno's paradox. So, yeah, can you explain about the Zeno earlier pointed? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, okay, got it. Yeah, it was a metaphor that, yeah, okay, captured the essence very uh, accurately. Okay, wow. Yeah, okay, yeah, absolutely. So I agree. And then the yeah, next with the next paragraph. Mhm. Five. Hmm. Knowledge. Ah. Yeah. Hmm. Okay, so that one makes knowledge fundamentally different from tangible resources like weapons or money in terms of usability. Hmm. what makes knowledge uh, yeah, fundamentally different from tangible resources like weapons or money in terms of usability. So, like, let's say two guys are fighting. Yeah. And this guy A uses a gun. Mm-hmm. And guy B can't use exactly same gun. Mm-hmm. Because like there's only the exactly same looking and same design and used by same people. Mm-hmm. There's only one gun. But that bad. Mm-hmm. Also, so let's say like they're paying a bill. Mm-hmm. For the restaurant. Then the guy A, this restaurant is a really really cheap restaurant, so like they only have to pay $2. Mm-hmm. But and guy A used a specific $1, mm-hmm. And the guy B can't use the same dollar. They only can use a different. That's right. Yeah. I'm using the scissor. Hey, I want to use the scissor too. Okay. Yes, that's right. Tangible resources such as weapons and money are exclusive in their use, right? Yeah, if one person is using a gun or spending $1, someone else cannot use the same item at the same time, right? So, however, knowledge is not bound by such exclusively exclusivity, right? Multiple individuals can share, apply, and benefit from the same knowledge simultaneously, right? Even in a opposition to one another. In fact, actually, yeah. The very act of using knowledge often leads to the creation of more knowledge, further amplifying its power and reach, right? So, what are you doing? Are you okay? It looks like they're not okay. Yeah. Okay. Um, Next paragraph. Knowledge is also inherently different from that of muscle and memory. Because, as a rule, by wait. No. By contrast, yeah. Both of us can use the same knowledge either for or against each other. In the theory process, we may even produce still more knowledge. Yeah. Unlike bullets or budgets. Introduce itself doesn't get used up. Knowledge itself doesn't get used up. Mm-hmm. This alone tells us that the rules of the knowledge paradigm are sharply different from the present relied on by those who use force and money to accomplish their will. That's right. Okay. Um, okay. So, why are the rules that govern knowledge-based power different from those that govern power based on force or money? Like if the knowledge can be used either for or against each other. Yeah. And if the two of them can use exactly the same knowledge to produce that. And also, when you use the knowledge is don't whiff up into the air. And then it still stays in your brain. That's right. And you might gain more knowledge. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The dynamics of knowledge-based power are fundamentally different because knowledge does not diminish when it is used. It grows, right? Yeah. Unlike force and wealth, which are consumed often use knowledge and be refused, reshaped, and expanded. Moreover, it's accessible to people regardless of their social or economic status, uh, right? this democratizing the features means that knowledge can empower even the weak and the poor, challenging traditional hierarchies based on the violence or material wealth, right? Okay, and then go on.
But alas, even with crucial differences, that's violence and wealth, apart from knowledge, as we race into what has been called an information age.
Hmm.
By definition, both force and wealth are the property of the strong and the rich.
Hmm.
It is a truly revolutionary characteristic of knowledge that it can be grasped by the weak and the poor as well.
That's great. Okay, so why does knowledge pose a threat to those in power, even as they rely on it themselves?
Like
Hmm.
knowledge and support and wealth, not everyone can get that knowledge. Really course and really stupid to
Mm.
accomplish something. So that thing might be threatening the riches or threatening the
Okay, it's like the uh, uh, how can I say that? Okay, and it's knowledge, yeah, is described right, yeah, as the most democratic source of power because unlike wealth or violence, uh, it isn't inherently tied to those who are already powerful. Yeah, anyone can acquire and use knowledge, including those traditionally considered weak or marginalized. So this characteristics makes knowledge a potential threat to existing power structures, since it undermines the monopolies of control. As a result, those in power, whether in families, corporations, or governments, uh, often attempt to control who has access to knowledge and how it's distributed. Maybe, yeah. Okay,
next paragraph.
yeah. Next paragraph.
Knowledge is the most democratic source of power.
Yeah, more.
But that's the paragraph.
Yeah.
And you never said read next paragraphs.
Mm-hmm.
You said to read the next paragraph.
Okay. Okay. Please more the next paragraph.
Which makes it a
One more.
continuing
Yeah.
threat to the powerful, even as they use it to enhance their own power. It also explains why every power holder from
What?
the patriarch of a family to the
Mm.
president of a company or the prime minister of a nation
Mm-hmm.
wants to control the quantity, quality, and distribution of knowledge within his or her domain.
Mm. Yeah. Okay. This paragraph prompted so we already handled with the right earlier paragraph. Okay. And then yeah, to page number 20
Yes,
paragraphs. Yeah.
the concept of the power triad leads to a remarkable irony.
Mm.
At least the past 3,000
Yeah.
years, past 3,000 years,
Mm.
the most basic political struggle in all the industrialized nations has been over the distribution of wealth. But guess what? Terms like left and right,
Mm-hmm.
or capitalist and socialist, have been have pivoted on this fundamental question.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So, what has been the central theme of a political struggle in the industrialized nations over the last few centuries?
Well, it was like over the distribution of wealth,
Hmm.
like a rightful owner of something from the and
Mm.
You go left, I go right. No, this is left, and yours in the right.
Okay.
Capitalist and socialist, when they happen, dividend and something.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So,
Right. Yeah. For at least 300 years, the most fundamental political issue in industrialized societies has been the struggle over the distribution of wealth. Right. Yeah. Political ideologies and the terms like left or right or capitalist and or socialist now in Korea. That's right. Have primarily revolved around questions of who owns what and how resources are allocated. This focus on wealth distribution has shaped much of modern political debate, even though it is now being challenged by emerging concerns over access to knowledge. But now, um, yeah, this article is, you know, the how many years,
how many years? What?
yeah, this book is written, you know.
Probably 10 something.
Yes. No. Ah, better introduced about that epilogue or monologue. Yeah. Okay, so that this book is written um about the 1984, about the 19 from 1984. Yeah, anyway, so 1990s. Okay, 90s. Yeah, yeah, but this this phenomenon is now in Korean, a real in reality. You know, yeah, it's a very uh, different the times, but it's the same condition now is in Korea. So, what do you think of that? Now, Korean left and right and capitalist and socialist.
Well, we are fine about that, and the business that this has been in the past.
Hmm.
What I have to say is like somehow Korea's government years are drawn way back.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So and next paragraph, uh, 8. Okay.
Yet, despite the national distribution of wealth,
Mm.
the world painfully divided between rich and poor, it turns out that, compared with the other two sources of worldly power,
Hmm.
wealth has been and is at least well distributed.
Yep.
Whenever both separates the rich from the poor, even greater chasm separates the
Hmm.
armed from the unarmed, and the ignorant from the educated.
That's right. Okay. So according to the author, why might wealth be the last unequally distributed form of power when compared to force or knowledge?
Like,
Mm.
in, in that sense, it's the least well distributed
Yeah.
social power.
Mm-hmm.
Like he also says,
More distri.
whatever goal
Yeah.
separates the rich from the poor, an even greater chasm separates the unarmed and ignorant from the educated. So
Yeah. Okay. You understand about uh, you understand about that these circumstances? Okay. Yeah. Yes. Actually, although the global disparity between rich and poor is enormous, the author argues that the yeah inequality in access to force, for example, weapons, military power, and education, and the other uh, expression is the knowledge is even more severe, right? The divided between the armed and unarmed, or between the informed and uninformed, is more mm, profound than the gap in material wealth, right? As the world moves further into the information age, the central battle for power will shift from wealth distribution to struggle uh, over access to knowledge and information, right? Okay. Yeah. Move to next paragraph.
Today, in a fast-changing, affluent nations,
Mm.
despite all inequalities of income and wealth, economic struggle for power will increasingly turn into a struggle over the distribution
Yeah.
of access
hmm
to knowledge.
Okay. More. As
This is why,
to
unless we
continues. Yeah.
understand how knowledge flows,
hmm
we can neither protect ourselves against the abuse of power, nor create the better, more democratic society that tomorrow's technologies will promise.
Yeah. One more.
The control of knowledge is the crux of tomorrow's worldwide struggle for power in everyday human institutions.
Thank you. So, why is understanding the flow and the control of knowledge crucial for building a democratic society?
So, like, this thing
Mm.
says today in the fast
Yeah.
nations, despite all inequalities and economic struggle for power will turn to struggle over distribution and access to knowledge.
hmm
It also says, unless we understand how knowledge flows, we can neither protect ourselves against
Right. Right.
abuse of power or create a better world.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, ability to access the distribute knowledge plays a crucial role in either preventing the uh, abuse of power, yeah, or ending it. Okay. So what do you want? What do you want? It's okay.